What is so ancient only an internet veteran can remember? Going into AOL chat rooms and saying, "Hey, they put a fireworks show into the chat." Hold Alt and hit F4 and you'll see it. Then watching as, one by one, chatroom participants disappeared. Having to actually type out http www before entering the website. You forgot the construction worker excavating GIFs and the under construction banner. Please sign the guest book. GeoCities was the shit. Real Player. Also, uninstalling Real Player. Yeah. And QuickTime. Reminds me of those postage stamp-sized movies at 6 FPS. Counters on web pages. When doing research online, wow, this site has had 300,000 people visit, the information must be legit. I was taught in school that you could check the credibility of a website based on the counter. We made a website with one of those free tools when I was in middle school to do some charity project. I don't recall the details, but we added a counter and set it to something like 103,476 visitors to start with, so people who managed to stumble on this website might find it legit. Then we made it increment by 10 every time a person visited, so that if they came back or refreshed the page it seemed like there was a lot of traffic. It worked well because the teachers believed it and we got a good grade. Lol. You used your powers for good. Me and my friends made a website that was nothing but a bunch of Google AdSense ads and congregated at our friend's house to take shifts clicking all of the ads, disconnecting from 56K, dialing back into 56K to establish a new IP address, click all the ads, etc. all night long. We got our payout counter up to like $450. A few days later Google called our friend's dad because it was his account. He explained the situation and Google banned him for life. That's the truly wild part. Google had customer service. Most people only use Google as the consumer. When you're a business user, it's a whole different story. Floppy disks and CDs that came in the mail containing 500 free hours from AOL. One of my sister's friends decorated their dorm with those. They stuck them on the ceiling and had enough to cover the whole thing. It was interesting decor. This sounds like some shit a tech startup would do in a breakout room. Stickdeath.com. Flash animations of stick figures being killed in funny ways. Netscape. Netscape Navigator and Netscape Communicator. Dialing into the bulletin board. Edit, holy crap, this blew up. Yeah, I'm sorry but I cannot reply to this many comments lol. Thank you for the awards. I'm aware this is not technically the internet, but it was a precursor and one of the things that made the internet possible. Much love. Yabzing. When we used to risk getting viruses just to get cool cursors. Or smileys for your instant messenger like AIM, MSN, or Yahoo Messenger. Playing pool in Yahoo chat rooms. I used to love that pool game on Yahoo. Wasted loads of time on that. Oh man, my buddy and I would play Yahoo Pool for hours every day after school while simultaneously grinding on RuneScape together back in junior high school. Dude lived like 2 blocks away and we spent more time playing games online than hanging out in person. Winamp. It really whips the Lamas ass. So much time perfecting skins. Honestly, that's kind of one of the things I miss the most about old internet. Everything was unique down to the individual user. Flashing marquees, neon text on a different neon color background, dancing GIFs everywhere. The entire internet had this cobbled together look like an old alley in Hong Kong. Now everything looks the same, like digital urban sprawl. ASL. I definitely inflated my A from 11 to 16 in the early days of IC. Using 16th Kali when I was really 11th middle of nowhere, because I just had to seem cool and sophisticated to everyone else in the chat room. I really was 21th Kali and nobody believed me ever. Wanna cyber? I put on my robe and wizard hat. Of course this would become my highest voted comment. Having to clean the gunk out of your trackball mouse with your fingernail. I am so glad I don't have to boil eggs for the new mouse balls anymore. Really had to boil them a long time to get that good gray color and rubbery texture. Signing up for a new email address and the username not already being taken. Glorious times. I took like every free email with my first name and surname combination, which was a mastermind move when I was 12. Sucks to be whoever has the same name as me though. Same. I forgot the passwords for many of them, but I was able to recover them all. Not being able to play Flash games until the Flash player had been updated. Having to update Flash player every time you turn the computer on. Ducker updated hourly never got any better, it's like me if I was an app. Putting a music CD into the computer to check out the extras only for it to load way too slow to do anything with. The limited edition Deftones album White Pony had a little game on it. I had forgotten all about that, thanks for reminding me. Making AOL away messages in the funky fonts and colors. And those MIDI sound files that played on a loop. And those dress-up dolls. It would take ages to download all of those images. Remember desktop themes? Changing all your icons, mouse pointer, computer sounds, etc., to images and sounds from, like, Dr. Katz, professional therapist or whatever. Encarta. Anyone else remember that trivia game built into Encarta, where you had to answer trivia questions to get through this castle where everyone was basically frozen creepily into place and couldn't be freed unless you made it to the end? You mean Mind Maze? Young nerdy me loved that game. If going on a long car journey, having to print off directions from MapQuest. And the first 3 pages were how to get out of your driveway. Lycos, NetZero, AOL, AngelFire, porn pop-ups everywhere on every site, people afraid of cookies, I love you virus, 56K modem noises. Peer-to-peer file sharing. AngelFire. I remember everyone, not everyone but Yiquim, having their own random web pages, eyes bombarded by animated GIFs, needing to turn speakers down before the pages loaded and the 8-bit songs started playing. Web rings. It was so fun and innocent back then. Blogs that weren't solely geared to promote the blogger products, but honest personal thoughts and experiences. Hamster dance is one I think of a lot. Ick. And that alert when you got a message. Having to physically carry your computer around to a friend's house if you wanted to play multiplayer. eBaum's World. Albino Black Sheep and Newgrounds were classic too. Ask Jeeves. I remember me and a friend using Ask Jeeves at school and thinking we had to type things in as questions. Second grade, our teacher polled the class what to ask Jeeves because we thought we only got one question. We went with, Jeeves, why is it called a pair of pants but not a pair of shirt? Strong bad emails. Trogdor comes in the night. Burninating the countryside. MUDs. Multi-user domains dungeons. They were the text-only precursors to games like WoW and EverQuest. Having to be invited to Gmail. I still use the email address from my original invitation. Yes. I forgot about that. I do remember having to invite it to Facebook. Old websites written in a notepad file with basic HTML using tables for spacing, formatting and images that took forever to load. This included lower than lo-fi MIDI audio files that auto-played when the site loaded and WebRing affiliation links at the bottom of the page. People thought making a personal page look professional meant it looked like a newspaper column with a table of contents link list on the left side and traditional Roman numeral style list. Don't forget the counter. Dial-up. And that unforgettable tone sequence while connecting. Every time we logged on, a robot had to die. That was the heavy price we each paid in the before times. LimeWire. Ah yes, LimeWire was like having unprotected sex with the internet. Guaranteed virus. Neopets. Duck, I forgot to feed my Neopets. They probably survived by eating their pit or its pit. GeoCities. AngelFire. Tripod.